Hello and welcome back, Transformer TCG fans. Okay. Oh gosh. Just a couple of things here. And I got a cat on the table. I have Wanda with me, so hopefully she won't get in the way. Now, I had a couple of a game or two trying to play these characters. I had another character originally here. I had Tarantulas, my Transmetal Tarantulas. He's over here somewhere, I thought, and or well, I did have a pterosaur, and he's okay. But here it is. Pterosaur tarantulas is. I really don't want to have to. I may have to remake a few characters because there's some minor corrections, and an 8-star character with 14 health is too much. And I found out the hard way the other day playing around with it, and I'm like, wow. So I may have to recreate this card just to be able to correct. And I don't have any of these original images anymore, and I even updated them to the file. And maybe I can reuse some of the images I have in Dropbox. I don't know. Yeesh. We'll see, because they took down the HD or 4K Beast War stuff on YouTube, and that's where I was getting a lot of these images from, because Tubi is not as clean. I think this looks like it was from Tubi, and some of these images were not easy to find, having to go through all the shows. But anyway, he has way too much health. He probably needs to be more like 11, maybe 12 at the most, but 10 or 11, not 14 for an 8-star character. But anyway, and I was playing around with Pterosaur also, and this may have ended up kind of dealing with. I originally had these characters. It's what it's 7, 8. So that's, I think I had these two with my Beast War Megatron. That would have been 25 characters, and I had a whole lot of secret actions in here for a change. And from, my indigestion, that's what I had yesterday. Defensive formation, insulated compound, and yes, even these. Kill Wasp Magic, Dominator Disc, potassium nitrate. These, even though they're a secret action hybrid, they're also still secret actions. Even though you can play them as an action card, you can play them as a secret action card. So these still satisfy as being a secret action for characters like this Tarantulas or this Pterosaur. Because if Transmetal Tarantulas is in this mode, when this battles, it gets +1 to attack or +1 to defense for each secret action flipped. Okay? So, which is kind of neat, but yeah, this is a bad character because his health is too high, and they were winning a couple of games, and when they shouldn't have, because they had too much health over here. But let's put him away. Let's put Pterosaur away. And when you flip to this mode, you may put a secret action from your scrap into your hand. So, flipping him from bot mode to alt mode allows you to get a secret action from your scrap. If it's a secret action hybrid, that is included because there's still a secret action. Like I said, we've kind of gone over that. Let's see if I can straighten this up without, it's just teetering. I apologize. So like characters like Pterosaur, etc. And that's how I originally had this. And, Terrifying Research is one that I came up with as well. Utility can't be put on Autobots, so it can't go on Zanbot, but it can go on anybody else, whether Predacon, Decepticon, Unicronian, Junkion. I don't know why Junkion is a faction, but because they were just almost stranded Autobots for the most part that kind of just went nuts. But so this just can't be put on Autobots. As a result, I made it a Decepticon card. Pierce 2 +1 to defense. But you know, there's no specialists here, so this is basically just turns into a white pip card for the most part for these guys. Fusion Mega Shot. Now, we have a card over here with Heavy Tread and Megatron. Now, these two characters are characters that Buddy created about 2 years ago when we were combining our forces, and basically they were all Buddy's ideas. They're really interesting characters. Where did that base card go? Because I had a couple of base cards in each deck, and like I said, I started with different characters over here and swapped them out for this 7-star Megatron, 10-star my Beast War Megatron, and oh my gosh, cats, what are we doing? Where's my water bottle when I need it? Gosh, where's that base card? Underground Transport, this is it. Which, well, I have no mercenaries here to help give bold to anybody, but what I like about the Underground Transport is not only is it an aggressive on the flip, is that when it's scrapped, each player can take a blue pip upgrade from their scrap and put it in either hand. Unfortunately, with this Megatron, Wanda, that Buddy made, he's got 3 weapon slots. Now, it doesn't subtract from your armor or utility slots. The cats want attention really, really bad. It's not taking away that, but it just is opening 2 more weapon slots for this Megatron. Kind of, I think he was doing this kind of in relation to General Optimus Prime that has 3 utility slots, or even Living Weapon Megatron in a way. But you know, and it's not bad. I remember making it for him in the Magic Set Editor. When you flip to this mode, you may move an upgrade from one of your other characters to this. I didn't really get the chance to do that because I was always trying to put, when defending against an Autobot or Mercenary, reduce the attacker's Pierce by 3. That didn't always happen because in the first round, there were no Autobots over here. Then Zanbot was the only Autobot over here, and he didn't really, I don't remember him attacking this Megatron per se. But the point is that this is a very heavy orange, very aggressive deck, very orange as you can see. So when it came down to it, Underground Transport, which just happened to be in this deck, which may have been a bad idea, it helped me be able to get some of my handheld blasters, which are weapons, to be able to get into the slots of this Megatron. Would it have been better with other blue pip weapons? Yes, this would be better in a blue deck. But it actually helped these guys out a little too much because when it came down to it, I played one of the base cards in this deck and knocked out their Underground Transport, which in turn, you can get... Yes, I know, Wanda. Handheld blaster back in my hand. Armed hovercraft back in my hand. Only blue pip weapons. I mean, blue pip upgrades. Or handheld blaster. What else did I have? Not really much. But what about these two, Grillenheimer? Yeah, I can get Terrifying Research. Even though it's got the specialist pip on it, it's still a blue pip when it's in your scrap. It still counts as blue. I could get this into my hand, but this was really never in my scrap when I did happen to knock out their Underground Transport. But Fusion Mega Shot, a secret upgrade. Remember, play this upgrade face down. It reveals when the character attacks. So yeah, it's kind of silly playing the game with myself because I know what this is. I almost forgot to flip it when my character attacked one of these two over here. The equipped character then gets bold 2. If it's on a Decepticon, it has Pierce 1. So it's not much, but at the same time, this was in my scrap. And So the hybrid pip card turns into both. It's not either or, it's both. If the underground transport said each player, when this is scrapped, each player can get a black pip card from their scrap, put it in their hand. This would also, this is a black, but it's also a blue. I'm sorry that the cat is scratching the walls of the litter box over there. I'm sorry about that. But this is the one I ended up getting, and it helped give me bold 2 when I attacked, and it gets revealed, and boom, I have bold 2 for a whole one time. Now, are you doing, Wanda? Trying to let me know that someone's got to clean the litter box because my son won't do it, and it's been about 3 or 4 days since it's been done. Sorry, fans. But now I got all 3 trilithium platings in this deck, and okay, maybe the cat's done. But Zambot here has a deal where when you flip to this mode, while this is equipped with an armor, so I could have a trilithium plating on him, flip him to bot mode, and then scrap the top of card of your deck. If it's a secret action, you may play it. So if that happens to be one of these cards, yes, I can actually play them. And let me tell you, potassium nitrate is this is one of my favorites. This is one of my favorites. Because not only is it black and white on a hybrid pip, you can play it, boom, as a bold 2. It's still not as strong as a supercharge, which is an orange pip. But when one of your characters attacks without a weapon equipped, so you can't have a weapon, if you play this as a secret action for the hybrid pip, and you attack, they can't have a weapon equipped, so he has no weapon, so this gets revealed. Flip the attacking character to its other mode. It has bold 2 and pierce 2 for battle. Now, let's say, I don't know, where is, because I have a couple of different base cards in here. Comes the Dawn Detroit winner. I thought there was something else. Maybe it's in the other deck over there. I mean, you can see I got an interesting set of stuff here. Here we go. I think it was this. Yeah, I've got all 4 or 5 of my secret action hybrids in this deck. Kind of playing around with them, checking them out. Cybertron Alternate Future. Now we got Cybertron Alternate Future. I think I have Cybertron over here. Yeah, here's Cybertron, and these did get in play. Now Cybertron, each Autobot and Decepticon in alt mode has bold 1. So, for Cybertron Alternate Future, this is only Autobots and Decepticons. This is Autobots, Maximals, Predacons, and Decepticons. In alt mode has bold 2 until end of turn. Both are aggressive on the flip, orange and green. Both are only you're gonna want to attack in alt mode. Now Cybertron only deals with Autobots and Decepticons. The alternate future is going to help your Predacons and your Maximals if you're playing with them. To be able to get, even though this is a broader card, this is the stronger one. So all 3 of these different faction characters are going to be able to get the bold 2. Let's say this isn't up here. And let's say, okay, that I want to get the use off of that, but I played this as a secret action. You see where I'm going with this. He doesn't have a weapon. He's got the arc card on him. He's gonna Zanbot's gonna attack one of these characters over here. I'm in alt mode, so I'll be able to get the bold 2. But wait a minute. Now that I'm playing this as a secret action, not an action, when one of your characters attacks without a weapon, boom, it's flip the attacking character to his other mode. So I'm flipping it to his other mode. He's no longer in alt mode, so I don't get this bold 2. I wouldn't be getting the bold 2. This has bold 2 and pierce 2 as a result. So I'm not going to get bold 4. Now, if I was attacking with him in this mode, in bot mode, he's attacking, this gets activated. He doesn't have a weapon equipped. Now he gets bold 4 pierce 2 for battle. That's even bigger, and 1, 2. Call it. Well, I'd have to call that orange, and then white, pip, bold 2. Let's see, 1, 2, bold 2, bold 2. So there you go, and we got what. That wasn't flipped, so we got pierce 3, pierce 4, attack of what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're going into one of these guys over here with 3 defense each, because they're both tanks. So things you got to realize. Okay, which way am I doing this? But the thing is that if you attack him with this and you flip this over, now he gets flipped to alt mode, and now you get the bold 2 and the bold 2. But now you just lost 2 to attack. And so instead of what was an attack of 10, it's now an attack of 8, pierce 4. If I remember correctly. Well, no, pierce 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. It was pierce 5. 8 pierce 5 instead of 10 pierce 5. So, things to think about, things to kind of watch for, especially if you're wanting to use some of my cards here. And maybe I didn't think a few things out because I really was just putting a bunch of stuff together as quick as I could. Again, this is a very orange deck. Over here on these two guys. A heavy tread is when you flip through this mode, you may put a composite armor from your scrap to your hand. I couldn't find my composite armors. I wasn't looking for them, but maybe I should have, because that's how Buddy was utilizing some older cards and getting them some good use. So he's a leader and a ranged character, and he's a leader. He's not 7-star Megatron from that starter set is a neat is not as interesting, but he's not he's not that strong, but he's not a leader either. So in the way this 7-star Megatron from that set works, when you upgrade this, he gets +1 to attack until end of turn. So you really want those like attack drones to where when you play one, you can play another, and boom, boom, boom. Attack of 3 +3. It's attack 6 right there. You haven't even flipped yet. Or say it's even maybe... Oh gosh, I just saw it. You got a metal detect. You play a metal detector on him in this mode, and he flips. You tap him for attack. So he's going to get +1 for the metal detector. You flip. You reveal the top card of your deck. Oh man, it's double orange, but it's a a upgrade, so you can put it on him as well, and boom, now he has +2 to attack. You know, instead of just +1. So it's kind of neat. I kind of like how he works, and maybe I should make more of an older style deck to accommodate this Megatron. He's still not the strongest Megatron of the game, of the original game, but it's still not bad. It's still not bad. Yeah, there's metal detector now. Just go right to it. Or even trilithium plating would work on this Megatron. You play one on him, play one on him from your scrap. Boom! You've just played 2 upgrades as long as he's in bot mode, +2 to attack. But yeah, we were looking at heavy tread over here. I don't have any composite armors in the deck, but each of your other characters has tough 1. So that came in handy on occasion, even though, well, not so much, because this is an orange deck for the most part, other than the 3 double blues pretty much. But they're both tank characters, and what I was kind of going for over here, other than trying to get a little bold off of them, or this maybe was a bad idea. But, we got gas stations, so at the start of turn, repair 1 to each car, motorcycle, tank, and truck. And trucks get bold too, but it's not going to help tanks, but you can repair your tanks as long as they're untapped. Because I have updated this to where at the start of turn, repair 1 to an untapped car, motorcycle, truck, or tank. So as long as they are, and I never really got this into play. Now there's one, had 1 grenade launcher. I was able to get a swing a couple of big hits on the other side with that. Treasure hunt really helped me get some upgrades in hand to be able to try to get some weapons on this Megatron. Of course, even then, it just ended up being handheld blasters. But hey, I was fine with that because it's a majority orange pip deck. Supercharge, new designs for trying to help play some upgrades. I don't know why Testify's in here. I guess because it's orange pip. Desert Road is actually pretty weak because it's just going to give each tank and truck has Pierce 2 until end of turn. Zambot's a car, so he wouldn't be able to get that, but this Megatron would over here, even though it's their card. So, they got some, fight for positions, flamethrowers. There's another supercharge. This was a decent little deck. Combat daggers, Blade Fury, that helped out a few times. Got Corlonium crystals over here. Got to play that once or twice. And I think it came, yeah, that's right. And that's another thing is I think over here, I can't remember if it was this setup or the other setup with all the Beast War characters, which none of them are Autobots. And if I got Corlonium crystals, you get more non-attack damage if you're defending against an Autobot. You can do 2 damage to an Autobot when you're defending. When one of your characters defends, do 1 damage to the attacker. If it's an Autobot, do 1 more damage. And I ended up playing this as an actual action because I'm just like, oh, let's just go ahead and do non-attack damage to the enemy, tap to attack, and go into them instead of knowing that this is a secret action is not going to be as powerful since as is the same strength as is it being played either way when you're not up against a team that has any void of any Autobot rivals. Void rivals, not a bad story. I've got the first 6 in a trade. I haven't, and I've read it all, and it's really good. I thought about picking up some of the new other ones. I think issues 7 and 8 are out, and because I did go to my comic book store which is about a good 20 minutes away. I mean, there's one down the street from me too, but I don't know how long that guy's. I really don't know how long either one of these establishments are going to be open for very long, because they're not making much money. Not many people are going and buying stuff from what both of these owners have told me, and it's just not good. I think we're going to be seeing more businesses close that we're used to going to, that they can't survive in this economy. I just hate to say that, but it's just the truth. When they can't make enough money to make a profit, oh, but that's greedy, just to be able to pay the rent and to stay open, because people don't have money to go out and buy frivolous stuff, But I went out there thinking issue 8 of the new Transformer was out, and it wasn't. And I ended up buying something like, I think I bought an issue of Void Rivals. I think I did buy number 8, now that I think about it. Because I think 8 of Void Rivals is out, but Transformers comes out in about 2 weeks. So I felt bad. I went all the way down there, and thinking, because somebody put an image of the new Transformer comic on Facebook. I'm like, oh, it's out. And I went all the way down there, and it ain't out yet. And I'm like, I just got 7. How is 8 out? And it was just people teasing people on Facebook. And I'm like, oh, man, that stinks. So it comes out May 8th. I don't know if there's going to be a free comic through that publisher that's with Transformers. I thought I heard a possible yes, but I don't. Let me know. I don't know. But yeah, I was just wanting to try to go over just a few minor things on some of my cards and kind of mixing this up. Oh golly, I'm running out of time. And I wish I had more crushing threads in this deck, and I don't. Originally, I did have the Junkion Shield in here, put on Autobots only. Originally, I had another tank character that was not heavy tread. That was a Decepticon, and I almost tossed this out. And I saw Buddy's heavy tread. I'm like, let me throw this in here. Then at least I can get, if I get a Junkion Shield, I can put it on him. Because it's put on Autobots only. While this is on a melee character, and it defends against a ranged character, do 2 damage to the attacker, then scrap this card. So he would have to be defending, whoever the attacker is. If it's a ranged character, and this is not, let's say it's one of these Megatrons, because they're both ranged. So he's attacking heavy tread. He's got on the Junkion Shield. Do 2 damage to the attacker, then scrap this card. So you haven't flipped. You have to do... and I didn't make it a Mother May I either. You do the 2 damage, you take this off, you just lost your +1 to the shield on there. Which is what I kind of like. This is an armor card for Autobots only that has +1 to both attack and defense. But only the Junkion traded characters, maybe not the faction. I guess you could, it's the same symbol. So if you're playing with faction Junkion characters, I guess they could get this as a white pip also. It just seems kind of silly to me, but either way, trait or faction, you're going to be able to use it as a white pip. But yeah, once you throw it away, if you're defending against he has to be in this mode to be ranged, because this is an interesting 10-star Megatron. He has a lot of traits on him. Golly, guys, I gotta go, because he's a leader, and has the Dinobot trait, even though he's not a Dinobot of the Autobot persuasion by any means. He's still a T-Rex, and he talks to his T-Rex hand in the show, and I'm adding this trait on him because it makes sense. And he's ranged in melee in bot mode, and beast and melee in alt mode. Maybe he should not have the Dinobot trait. Maybe he should be leader beast in melee and leader beast in ranged. Oh, maybe that I should have done that instead. But I did. I was having a lot of fun making the Beast War characters, and I just went to town with traits, if you remember all that. And those videos are still out there too. So I better call it quits, guys. I didn't mean to quite be this long-winded, but just finally, playing some mock games again, just having fun. Boy, it stinks in here. I got to turn on the air. A little warm down here in Alabama. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If anybody's still keeping up with this and maybe begging for a little bit of Transformer TCG content. Yeah, and I understand it. No one's really doing much with it anymore. But yeah, I kind of miss just watching people play myself. I really miss that. Whether it was Blues on Attack, Wreck and Rule, whoever, they just don't play anymore. And I wish they would play and show games where they're using other people's cards, the newer cards, the art cards, ATP cards, whatever. But nobody's doing it. Or maybe ATP did. They had a few tournaments, but I don't think they were putting some online. But I didn't see many. But I just miss it. Because this is what really brought me back out of my depression when this was all new, and that's also kind of why I'm still doing this and still, making cards for the fun of it, guys. Because it just gives me a little purpose. I have a purpose. I'm a Christian. I do try to spread the gospel, but at the same time, I don't know. There's something about creating something new and playing with it and seeing the cards in action, testing things out. Trying to balance them. And I've tried to do some of that too, even though I'm a one-shot wonder here. As Leia yelled in Star Wars, I am not a committee. But, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. You're all appreciated. And as always, throw scraplets at the like button. We'll see you next time. Let's transform and let's roll for it.